All right, everyone. Today we've got Audrey Densmore, my friend and a puppeteer at the Bob Baker Marionette Theater. Audrey, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Yo, yo, 1 foot,
1 foot,
foot, foot,
foot, foot,
foot, foot, foot.
When I say those magical words, something to crow about, what is the first image that pops into your head?
I am taken immediately back to the first time that I saw a show at the original theater space, which was something to crow about. Seeing the puppeteers in the hallway wearing their overalls, entering the space and just being completely transported. And then the show started. It was so intensely beautiful and so evident that every part of this show was crafted with such pure love. I just cried, and I cried the whole way home.
What for you is like the quintessential crow about image for someone that's never seen the show? Where do you take them?
Introduction to the show, the opening scene. We're going from dusk to dawn. There are layers of scrims and lights and revealing more layers behind, and eventually dusk transitions to dawn and you are transported to this farm scene, and there's a windmill and there are birds chirping and there's a lovely mama goat watering her garden. And I think that couple of minutes at the beginning of the show is just the perfect way to set the scene. It is also quite magical to be the person doing the light board.
Can you tell us a little bit about the old light board? I've heard stories here and there.
I mean, I can still do the light board with my eyes closed. Like, I know exactly where everything is still. It's just muscle memory. Yeah, I've done it in my dreams before. I've used the light board in my dreams. I miss it. It just taught me so much about what a show should look like and how lights can work like a painting. We didn't have a monitor backstage forever. And up until Miguel incorporated the monitor like a couple of years ago, we were doing the lights blind and just trusting that what we were doing was happening out there on stage. And which just meant that you really had to know what its capabilities were, and that you were doing it right. And there was a small hole in the curtain that you could peek through, and you could check and see if
while you were like stretched out over the light board.
You had to hit certain lights at certain times, and you would have to use your feet and like both of your hands and all of your fingers doing different things, and like at the same time. And it felt like I was like conducting an orchestra. It made me feel powerful. Alex describes it as like the biggest puppet in the theater, and I think he's right.
I always say bonjour to a lilac. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour.
Do you find yourself when you're, making new art for the theater, or, making even the poster for Crowbow, do you find yourself like constantly holding on to what keeps these shows timeless?
Definitely, I do. It's just so clear that everything was made by hand with love, and you can see it everywhere. And I know that is something that is consistent throughout the Bob Baker puppets, but this show in particular just really that shines through. And you can also tell that they're pretty much exactly the same. And I think that's a beautiful, transporting idea.
Flowers grow on you. So when I see a flower, I say hello. Aren't you going to say hello?